We have made it to Friday, everyone. Welcome into the News 10 Plus Digital Desk. I'm Taylor Gattoni with Colton on this very blue sky and very warm Friday.
Oh my gosh, it's so warm out. It is windy though.
It is windy, yes. Be careful with that.
But, you know, we'll take it. We'll take the warmth. If you're a fan of the snow like I am, I got nothing for you. Nothing for you. No snow coming anytime soon, but we will be cooling down after today. So we'll have to, if you enjoy this warm weather, take advantage of today, take advantage of the afternoon and the evening, because by the time we get to tomorrow, it's going to be cooler, and then it gets even colder than that as we head into next week. So we are going to be tracking some significantly cooler air that's going to be on the way. But let's briefly talk about what we have been experiencing here. Going back to yesterday, yesterday's high in Lansing and Jackson were both 60 degrees, and yesterday's high of 60 in Lansing was not a record high. However, it was the warmest February temperature since 2018.
Wow.
So 6 years ago. And then Jackson did set a new record high yesterday. It also set a new record maximum minimum. You got to think about that one for a second.
Okay.
The warmest low temperature.
Okay.
Of 35 yesterday. So temperatures that were nearly 30 degrees above normal for this time of year. Just absolutely incredible. And really, this is a culmination of the past several days of seeing this warm weather that's been in place. And it was interesting to me when I looked up the information today. I thought for sure that the first 8 days of February so far were the warmest first 8 days of February ever.
Yeah,
and
no?
they weren't. 1990 actually saw a warmer stretch
Wow.
by a little bit of a margin too, so it's not really that close.
Huh.
So it is pretty
That's
incredible that
fascinating.
we've actually been warmer through the first 8 days of February than what we've been seeing this month. But just absolutely incredible. Obviously, yesterday's 28 degrees above normal. Average high today is 32, so we are just so far above that. And we will be keeping the warmth out there today. I want to show you this. Now, we were forecasting Lansing to break the record high. It already has done so.
Wow.
So the record has already been broken in Lansing. Well, the record was only 53, so we were for sure going to break that today. Jackson's still getting close. We're forecasting high of 60. The record was actually from last year, 59. Today we're forecasting 60. And here's a look at, there it is. Record high in Jackson now, 60 degrees in Jackson, 58 degrees in Lansing. Just some incredible warmth out there again. If this was maybe this time next month or in April, this isn't that warm, but it's February, and we are just seeing this very warm temperatures, those very warm temperatures out there, and we will keep it going throughout the rest of the day. But we are going to see some more clouds throughout the afternoon, I do think. So enjoy the sunshine while we have it. But we don't have the warmth without the wind. You need both of them here. The wind is bringing in those warmer temperatures. And look at these current wind gusts, 33 miles per hour in Lansing, 36 in Jackson. It is very windy out there. It's by far the first thing that you probably notice. You can probably hear it if you're inside. Probably tough to drive to. And
Any concerns with that?
no, I don't think there's any concerns about power outages, just because normally you need to get up into like the 40, 45 mile per hour range before you start seeing that. We're not going to be quite that high, but still a very windy day, 35 miles per hour at most over the next couple of hours. But later this evening, we'll see the winds die down. I think tomorrow on Saturday is a bit breezy, but it's not going to be quite as windy as today. So just got to get through the winds today, and then things will cool down.
But you know, later tonight, taking a look at that, when they start dying down, when people start heading back from work, it'd be a good night to go out.
I think so, and you know, it's going to be mostly dry too, and mild, so very similar to last night. But last night we had some of those storms that moved through, which I slept right through, by the way.
Oh, that was great. Knocked me out.
I did not hear it at all.
Good for you.
Yeah, and
Little lullaby for Colton.
right. I love thunder at night.
It's so good.
I love it.
Now we're just thinking about it.
Yes, but we could see a few showers out there tonight as a cold front comes in, and we'll talk about that here right now. So looking at satellite radar, we are tracking a cold front that's going to move through. I didn't draw where it is, but it's roughly in this area right here. It's going to be making its way through mid-Michigan, heading into tonight. And what that may do is allow for a few showers to pop up along it, but I think the best chance for that is going to be south and east of Lansing. So once you get closer to Metro Detroit, it has the best chance. But I wouldn't be surprised if some areas in mid-Michigan saw some rain overnight tonight, but it's nothing widespread, nothing terribly heavy. And you can see it here with the hour-by-hour forecast. If you have any Friday evening plans, they should be okay. This rain chance is probably 10, 11, midnight or so. So
okay.
we have well into the night before we start to see some of those showers pop up. There's midnight right there. Again, nothing major, but some models are indicating, you get into some of these yellows, maybe a few rumbles of thunder with this, but I don't think it's anything major. And then all of this is going to be pushing off to the east. So maybe a stray shower tomorrow morning, but I think for the most part this weekend is dry. Tomorrow looks good, but it is cooler. We'll see partly cloudy skies. And I do think that both Saturday and Sunday, there will be some sunshine around, but it's just not going to be quite as warm as what we have been experiencing as of late. So here's the weekend. I don't like putting a high temperature, the same thing 2 days in a row, but it's 40. So I put Saturday and Sunday at 40, and we'll see some sunshine both days, but there will also be some clouds around. But overall, I think the weekend's pretty quiet weather-wise. So yes, not as warm as what we've been seeing as of late, but still these numbers are above average, and it's not too bad of a weekend, I don't think. So if you wanted to do something outside, the weather definitely should cooperate this weekend.
Yeah.
But, and also Super Bowl Sunday, right? If you have any Sunday plans, the weather should cooperate for that too. However, as we move into next week, there are many signs that show that even colder air is going to move in as we get towards the end of next week, and you'll see that here with the 10-day temperature trend. Average highs 32. One of these days is not like the other.
Like that. I know. I sing it in my head
Miss
when you
Taylor
said
Swift. But as we go towards the end of next week, we do see temperatures fall down below freezing for highs. So by next Friday, 31, 28 degrees by next Saturday, and then 31 degrees by next Sunday. So let this be a reminder that it is still February. It is still winter. We're just enjoying things that are not typical for this time of year. So as we move into next week, it is going to be feeling much more like winter. And even though we will be cooling down, there's not really many systems that we need to watch out for. There may be one on Monday that a lot of our models keep it to our south, so we may not see anything from that. Another one maybe on Thursday, not looking great either. Nothing too concerning in the long range at this point. Not a lot of snow either, so even though we will be cooling down, it doesn't look like there's any major snowstorms or anything like that heading our way anytime soon. Doesn't mean that that won't change, but we'll keep an eye on it. But we will be getting back to more typical February weather by this time next week, so enjoy today because it is going to be cooling down.
Yeah, talk about a drastic drop too, going from the 60s to down to the 30s, more of those February temperatures. Yeah, make sure you're enjoying this weekend, and also with the Super Bowl like you were mentioning.
So, do you want to talk about Studio 10 real quick?
Yes, we do. Here we go.
All right, so I am not taking part in this competition this year.
Wait, why?
Mainly because I was on vacation and I just got back and I didn't have time.
Right.
But
ease into it.
So they do a competition of best snacks for Super Bowl parties, and last year we had a competition where we all made our snacks, and then someone judged who had the best snacks. Rochelle won with her spinach and artichoke dip.
Oh, that is good.
And what they play for is this trophy right here, state of the art right here. And so this is what they're going to be playing for on Studio 10.
Lovely.
I know that Rochelle and Nicole, and I think Claudia too, all have made some snacks, and it'll be judged, and then whoever wins will get the trophy. And Rochelle won it last year, so we'll see if Rochelle keeps it. We'll see. There's a lot of smack talking going on in that office right now. I just heard.
I know there was some smack talking yesterday in the studio. They're like, "Hey, I got to keep that trophy. I got to find the trophy."
It's gonna be a lot of fun. So they have a lot of Super Bowl things planned for today's show coming up at 3 o'clock on Studio 10. So it's going to be a fun time. Patrick, you have a question. Any snow coming next week? Nothing major at this point. I don't want to say there's no snow coming, but there's nothing significant. No snowstorms to keep an eye on. So the answer to your question, no, but it is going to be trending colder.
Yeah, so to stay on top with that, actually, Patrick, download the First Alert weather app. Again, 10-day temperature trend real quick if you want to take a look at that. But yes, First Alert weather app, free off of Google Play, the Apple App Store. You get your hour by hour, your satellite, radar, you get the video updates from our meteorologist team. So go check it out, and you also get those traffic alert updates. If you are driving anywhere for Super Bowl Sunday, you can get notified on there as well.
Well, and notice how we have not swapped out this for a spring one because it's not spring yet.
Yep.
So we're not done with the cold. It's safe to say we're not done with the snow yet. So
snow can't come back.
Has definitely felt like spring, but it is not spring, and we will be getting back into some wintry weather.
Yes. All right. Well, real quick, talking about the Super Bowl, we have something kind of fun to go over real quick. Oh, but before I show it, Studio 10, like Colton was talking about, coming up at 3 o'clock today, so make sure to tune in to them to watch anything fun with the Super Bowl. They were also talking about, or actually showed, their Super Bowl dances. They were embarrassing.
I saw there was a lot of things going on yesterday that I wasn't here
I
for.
came in here, we were put on the spot, so don't judge the dances. It's okay. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But behind us, we couldn't change the blue to another shade of red, so unfortunately, pretend that's like another color of red. You have Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers. We have a little quiz real quick. All right, Colton.
What's the question?
You have to slide over the answers to the correct spot. First off, or I just gave away some of the answers. Oops. 49ers, which team is it?
Oh, you want me to slide like this?
Yes. Ding, 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 green for good. Okay, next, the Chiefs. You talking to me? It's like a game show. You wanted us to move it. Okay, we have Kittle.
As a player, right?
Yes.
I think that's San Francisco.
Oh. All right, Kelsey, you better know this one, Colton. Nice, and last one, last but not least, Metallica.
Like the band?
Yes.
So, which team is Metallica a fan of, and which team is Taylor Swift a fan of?
Well, Colton knows
Well,
which
Taylor
fan
Swift's
Taylor
a fan
Swift.
of Kansas City, so I'm going to bet that Metallica is a fan of San Francisco.
A+ job for Colton. Woohoo! But yes, for more Super Bowl fun, you can tune into Studio 10 at 3 o'clock. Yes, ignore the slide one behind us.
That was the first slide that we
That
had.
was the first slide. We wanted to try it out. We were having some fun with it earlier, wanted to make it interactive and fun for the Super Bowl, so that was our little creative way to get that in there. But yes, we will see you and the trophy coming up at 3
Maybe
o'clock
I
today.
should be the, part of the trophy celebration.
Will you make those the bacon wrap?
I know.
That's really
I lost
good.
last year. I entered those in the competition. I didn't win.
Delicious. Oh, and then we have this one. Sorry, one more. Who do you think will win Super Bowl 58?
Okay, who do I think or who do I want? Two different answers.
Then answer both. Who do you think will win?
I think it's Kansas City.
You think Kansas City's going to win? And 54% of people think Kansas City Chiefs are going to win, compared to 45%.
But I would rather have the 49ers win
It doesn't matter.
Okay, and why would you rather have them win?
because I don't like the Chiefs.
Why? I have no opinion. I'm indifferent about this.
It's just because I used to live in Missouri. I used to work in Missouri, and there was just something about Chiefs that I just got annoyed with, and now I just can't root for them. So
Well, also now you're a huge fan of Taylor Swift, obviously.
I am, and
so
I'm breaking with her because I don't like the Chiefs.
That's tough.
But what I want doesn't matter.
We'll have to wait till Sunday. There we go. Okay, well, we will see
Wait,
coming
who
up
do you
soon.
think is going to win?
Refresh it.
I don't know. I do think the Chiefs are going to win, but I think it's going to be a really close game, actually.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what
I
happens.
think it'll be a close game.
But my
What?
best friend, Sydney, is a fan of the 49ers, so maybe I should...
I was
for
born
that.
in California. I used to be an Oakland A's fan and a 49ers fan
Oh, there
and
you
a
go.
Raiders fan.
There you go.
I know. Don't hate me for it. But more of that fun. We'll see you soon on Studio 10.
Correct.
All right. Thank you, Colton. That was a fun little time. And don't forget your trophy.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
I will
Okay.
grab it.
Thank you so much. 3 o'clock, we will see Colton coming up here in just under 45 minutes. Again, coming up on Studio 10, they're going to have that whole trophy. They're going to have more of that Super Bowl fun. Again, they had those touchdown dances yesterday, which were fun to watch.
I don't know who comes up with all those, but they're always very
They
clever.
are a lot of fun. And then also, going into the food, like Colton was saying, that is why they have the trophy, trying to see who is going to have the best Super Bowl snack. So make sure to go check that out over there. It's looking good. And they always make such good food. I can tell you, I've also eaten Rochelle's spinach artichoke dip, and it is delicious. So make sure to bug her a little bit about her, nag her, comment to her, and be like, Rochelle, we want that recipe because it is so good, I promise you. Anyways, we have a lot more coming up today on News 10. You just heard the forecast. One more time, I'll show you the 10-day temperature trend left up by Colton. And again, you can always download the First Alert weather app. Again, we had that question from Patrick. Thank you, Patrick, for leaving that question. Any snow blizzard coming next week? No blizzards whatsoever. However, that chance for snow is possible. So if you download the First Alert Weather app, you'll be able to see if those chances increase or decrease. And of course, the accuracy goes up the closer you get to that day. So again, First Alert Weather app, completely free off of Google Play and the Apple App Store. Make sure to go check that out. And something else that I want to show is a real quick look outside, because it is looking so great out there. In fact, I want to step outside here pretty soon and enjoy it myself. That sun is shining here in South Lansing. Blue skies, it is looking beautiful. I'll show you some more sky cams in just a little bit here, but here's what we have coming up today on First at 4, followed by our 90 minutes of news, starting with Mid-Michigan Matters on First at 4. So we are talking about tutoring for all Michigan schools, and more specifically with this, varsity tutoring schools is now the how would I put this? The program that is being used for all Michigan school districts to receive that free tutoring and some of those tutoring resources. And they have a whole list of different resources that students can benefit from, and families and schools as well. So we'll be sharing what you can look forward to when it comes to those resources for students across Mid-Michigan schools, or across all Michigan schools, coming up during Mid-Michigan Matters today. Then coming up, News 10 at 5. We are in Lansing at the University of Michigan Health at Sparrow Children's Center, where some MSU football stars are passing out Shamrock Shakes. So we'll tell you who is benefiting from these tasty, frosty treats. And then coming up, News 10 at 5:30, Joey Ellis will be live from Waverly, where the Warriors are hosting the East Lansing Trojans for our game of the week. That is coming up, News 10 at 5:30. And then coming up, News 10 at 6, we're talking Super Bowl food preps. All right, you heard Studio 10 is going to have some of that. We are bringing you a lot more food because, hey, that's what the Super Bowl is. You got your football, your halftime show, your commercials, and your yummy, tasty food. So if you have a go-to snack or a specialty you just have to make, be sure to let us know on our Facebook page, WILX News 10, or tag us in your Instagram post. We want to show all of those yummy treats. And again, Studio 10 will have those yummy treats coming up today. Right here on Studio 10. So make sure to go check it out. Again, they're coming up at 3 o'clock today, which is in, let me do the math here, in about 40 minutes. There you go. So go check it out when they come up in 40 minutes. Otherwise, you can stay here right with us as we continue going through what's coming up today. And then something else that I also want to show all of you before we head on out here. One more time, another live look, but we're going to take this live look over Michigan State University, because it is just looking so beautiful out there. You are seeing some of those clouds in the sky, but those blue skies are taking over and dominating. So it is looking beautiful, that nice blue, looking very dry out there as well. And you can see that sun just shining down over Michigan State University's campus. So beautiful day to get outside. Again, I will show that 10-day temperature trend again, because we have gotten used to this warmth in February. For this whole week. And so heading into this weekend, and more specifically into next weekend, those temperatures making that dramatic drop from near the 60s back down to the 30s. And you're even seeing Saturday that high of 28. So getting back into those February temperatures heading into next week. So make sure you are enjoying the last bit of this warmth and sunshine while you can. Of course, you know how cloudy it gets across Michigan. So, and one more thing, with all of the clouds and the changing weather here, I do want to show You're Not Alone mental health series. I know some people, with the sun and the warmth, they've been talking about, their moods uplifting and they're feeling good. And so, yeah, you feel that?
I feel that, yeah.
Yeah.
I had my windows open yesterday.
Seasonal affective disorder, seasonal depression, that's something that can greatly affect that. Or anxiety or depression, stress. Maybe you're going through a hard time right now. Maybe you can't catch a break. One thing on top of the next keeps happening. Know that you're not alone. There are resources out there for you, someone to talk to, someone to confide in, and someone to really understand what you're going through. Again, no matter what mental health journey you may be on, what mental health challenges you may be facing, you can head on over to our Bring Out Your Cell Phone's camera, click on that QR code, the link that brings from the QR code, and it'll show you a list of resources around Mid-Michigan. So make sure to go check that out. It is a great guide for those mental health resources. And yes, again, go check that out.